The Powder River Expedition of 1865. The history of the controversial campaign against Native Americans in the Montana and Dakota territories. Written by Charles River editors. Narrated by Daniel Houle. Introduction. Even before the American Revolution, Americans traveled west. From the narrow strip of the 13 colonies across the Appalachians, ever westward they journeyed, and by the end of the 19th century, the United States of America stretched from sea to shining sea. Of course, just because the names on the borders changed, it did not tame the land or its previous residents. Americans desired California and Oregon, going to war for one and nearly going to war for the other. Once acquired, settling the lands required crossing terrain unused to the heavy traffic of Westerners on the move. Though Native American trails followed rivers, hills, and valleys across the plains, Westerners often needed to create new paths capable of handling the heavier traffic and bulkier covered wagons. At the same time, safety often required avoiding the natives, though sometimes co-opting Native American trails for this purpose. Oftentimes, pioneering settlers worked to avoid such routes as well, especially when the natives took exception to their new neighbors. From this need came two adventurers determined to find a path north to the latest gold rush at the end of the road. Though such trails already existed, these two men forged a new trail, one that would bring a great deal of woe to the local natives. Why build such a trail through such a tumultuous land, exacerbating already tenuous relations with the natives, and even souring those of the few the United States could call allies? As is often the case with such questions, the answer begins with geography, the greatest boon and bane to adventurers since mankind first started traveling. The Bozeman Trail ran through the Powder River country, which included the traditional hunting grounds of Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho peoples. Attempts by the natives to prevent encroachment and armed defense of settlers along the trail led to conflicts in short order. Due to the presence of the Sioux in the region, as early as 1864, travelers were advised not to traverse the Bozeman Trail, except in very large wagon trains. The U.S. Army also suffered.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?